In this week's free Midweek Magic Event, we have to build a deck using only cards out of Lord of the Rings. So I've decided to build a deck out of one of the coolest and most iconic characters in the Lord of the Rings, Bill the Pony. Bill the Pony is a 4-mana, 1/4 legendary horse, and when Bill enters the battlefield, you create 2 food tokens. You can sacrifice one of those to have one of your creatures assign combat damage equal to its toughness rather than power until end of turn. So with Bill the Pony, we get to play a deck with a bunch of high toughness creatures like Éowyn, Lady of Rohan, Eastfarthing Farmer, Nimble Hobbit, and all of these creatures get to deal damage equal to their toughness if Bill's on the board to fling food onto them. Rosie Cotton, who's particularly good with Bill because Rosie's going to be able to put +1/+1 counters onto a creature every time we create a food token. So if we play Rosie turn 3 and then Bill turn 4, that's 2 +1/+1 counters we can put wherever we want. So Rosie's a really nice synergy with Bill. And then we have some other stuff like Shire Shirriff here that can sacrifice foods to detain opposing creatures, put them in exile till the sheriff dies. And we've got some cards in here that are mainly just flavor wins. We've got Frodo, Sauron's Bane to go alongside Bill, and a couple Samwise the Stouthearted. These are both solid cards for the deck, but primarily they're pretty nice, flavorful additions. Outside of that, we've got a couple War of the Alliance to tutor out our Bill so we can make sure that we're playing Bill very often. The Battle of Bywater can be a one-sided board wipe, which is awesome. And we've got a little bit of removal, a little bit of interaction with 4 Hobbit Sting and 2 Reprieve to slow our opponent down. So that's pretty much every card in the deck, but let's stop talking about the hypotheticals here. Let's just jump into the gameplay so we can see how this does. Alright, our opponent is on the play, but I will keep this hand. We're going to have to play a Samwise without returning something from our graveyard to our hand, but that's fine. Lose a little bit of Samwise value here to curve out. Probably play Éowyn turn 3, so we can get First Strike or Vigilance on one of our creatures each turn, set up some really nice attacks there. Playing against black-green. The Nazgul is the first play. So probably a lot of cards in their deck where the ring tempts them, so the Nazgul keeps getting bigger and bigger. Battle of Bywater should be really nice in this matchup. If you've never played with the ring tempts you mechanic before, the way that it works is when the ring tempts you, you choose one of your creatures to become the ring bearer, and that creature will gain all the abilities on your ring emblem. So starting off the first time the ring tempts you, you get that first ability that's highlighted. If the ring tempts you again, you get the first 2 abilities. If it does it a third time, you get 3 out of 4 abilities, and so on. So you just make a really, really strong ring-bearing creature over time. Alright, it would normally be a little awkward to draw both of our Battle of Bywaters, but I think that's actually reasonable in this matchup. I think I'm going to set up for some long game stuff here. I'm just going to drop the War of the Last Alliance to start tutoring out some legends. Grab a Bill the Pony, so we can start doing those big attacks with Éowyn. And I'll take a big swing here. They crack back for 6 damage. Unless the ring tempts them, then they hit us for 7. But if the ring tempts them, Nazgul is big enough, we can kill everything with the Battle of Bywater. Alright, Battle of Bywater is going to be fantastic.
Together, we are unstoppable.
Take 7 damage.
Together,
and they are at the level of drawing and discarding a card. My apologies, it sounds like I'm getting follows on Twitch right now. That'll happen. I guess I'll take a Rosie Cotton now. Rosie Cotton into Bill should be pretty good. I'm just gonna... Oh, you know how good Rosie would be with a Battle of Bywater? Get a bunch of food, but I think I need to just wipe the board immediately. Send everybody in. Yeah. Just wipe that board. Next turn, our whole board gets double strike, too, with the War of the Last Alliance. Trigger number 3. This is going to be wild. Another Nazgul. Desperate Rescue Smeagol. It's a 3/4 blocker, but I've got a Shire Shirriff. Guess I'll make Frodo the ring bearer for flavor reasons. Not that it matters a ton. Sack of food, exile the Nazgul. That's no blockers for them. This should be lethal. Should be exactly 12 damage. I'll discard the second bill, because the second bill is redundant. Alright, deck did some great stuff. We didn't get to play Bill, but we did get to play some powerful cards, mainly the Battle of Bywater, just being really good in that matchup. Game 2, we've got a great curve. I don't have any food to fling around with the Shire Shirriffs, which is awkward, but I do like Frodo and Samwise together early. I think both of those are very nice cards. Our opponent is playing a red deck. We'll just get that turn 1 Frodo down. Mono red, there's a Smite the Deathless to exile Frodo. We'll drop a Sheriff just as a 2/2 Vigilance here. Fiery Inscription, so probably mono red burn here. They want to cast a bunch of instants and sorceries, deal 2 damage to me every time they do. I'm just going to play another Sheriff, because I doubt they're playing a lot of creatures in a burn deck over there, where this isn't really going to exile anything. Yep, Ranger's Firebrand. Shoot a Sheriff, shoot me for 2. Well, it's time for Bill, which is nice. Bill should be a little difficult for a mono red deck to kill. 4 damage, you gotta stack a couple burn spells on that, or spend a bunch of mana on an X damage spell. Ooh, they're blue-red. Alright, well now they can probably bounce Bill or something. Well, send in everybody, make them do something. Five damage to Bill. Okay, I can't save Bill from that, but I can put Bill back in her hand after Bill dies. If they do have a Fear Fire Foes in their deck, that's X damage to 1 creature and 1 to the rest. They could 2-for-1 us pretty bad here, kill the Sheriff and the Samwise. Well, they're just going to draw 2 off the Flame of Anor. Another Hobbit Sting. Don't really need to pre-combat Bill, it's not going to change our attack. Put them down to 10, slam down a Bill. Glorious Gale, that is phenomenally rude. Extra rude that Hobbit Stings just don't do anything in this matchup. Draw 3. I mean, it's a close race here. 10 life to 10 life. There's a Frodo, which can be a lifelink or 2. Well, they are not going to like how this works for them. Frodo's ability is instant speed. Alright, they're going to double shoot Frodo. Cannot save Frodo from that. Probably going to have to eat this food token soon. Ooh, Reprieve. I actually don't think Reprieve is very good in this matchup, because they get to recast their spell. Even if it doesn't resolve, it'll burn me for 2 damage again. So I can't really afford to Reprieve something. They need another removal spell to win. If they don't have one, we win. Oof, Gandalf Sanction, no thanks. Let's make sure that doesn't resolve, or I will get shot for 1,000,000. Now I need to eat the food to not die to the ring, and it's gonna be who draws a non-land card first, basically. Alright. I guess I gotta get through this 1/1. That's a problem. But a food is big. A 2/3 that can kill them in 1 hit and food to make it take longer to kill us? Oh god. A second fiery inscription. Well, it still takes 2 spells to kill us thanks to the food. Whoa, that's a bold attack. Now you're just dead. Oh! Well, yeah, they're still just dead because I have food. I forgot they were level 4 ring bearer. Ooh, that was a close one. I almost think I punted it away there when I didn't notice that that was a level 4 ring bearer. I thought they were just trying to draw and discard a card. I didn't even notice they were about to shoot me for 3 damage. Kind of just forgot that all their cards were also having the ring tempt them, so their ring bearer was all these incredible abilities, but thanks to the food token that came with the farmer, just that little bit of life gain that we needed to beat that blue-red spells deck there with all that burn coming at us. So really, really close game, but that's going to be our second win. And our random rare reward is the Kenrith's Royal Funeral from March the Machine Aftermath. I will probably never play that card, maybe in Brawl at some point. 1 win to go. All right, well, we know what we're doing every turn. Frodo, Shirriff, Rosie, and War of the Last Alliance. Mono red. Ranger's Firebrand. We might be against just the same blue-red spells deck again, potentially. Just, that's what happened last time we got turn 1 Firebranded. Yep, same deck. Let's go. Hold a bunch of mana up here. If they have double Glorious Gale, I'm gonna cry. But if they have Saruman's Trickery, we can run out Frodo and then Farmer afterwards. They only counter one of the two. We're hoping that the one that counters Frodo. Alright, no counters. Wonder what they are doing here. Burn spells? Alright, smite the Sheriff. So just hit with Rosie. They're down to 14. Gandalf's Sanction, get rid of Rosie. An early Gandalf Sanction though, so it doesn't do a lot of damage to us. They're tapped out of the non-creature counter spell, so this should resolve. I think we always just pick up Bill, honestly. Just past turn. Get another Rosie. And they're going to counter whatever I do here, so I guess I just try to play Rosie. So that we can resolve Bill. Because I can play Rosie and still level up Frodo for value. Okay, no counterspell. We put them down to 6 then. This is also still just a good sequence for us. Rosie into Bill means if they don't have interaction, then when we play the Bill, we get 2 counters on the board. Fear Fire Foes. That kills Rosie and Frodo. That's pretty good. If they have no interaction, a double striking farmer will kill them. But they do have the counterspell for Bill. Alright. So we put them to 2 and they have to top deck something that deals with our Eastfarthing Farmer. And Fiery Inscription does not do it. Does not impact the board. Farmer's gonna get there. And that will be the 3rd victory All right, claim our mystery cosmetic reward. It's an Obscura Charm alternate art style. That's actually pretty sweet. One of the cooler random cosmetics that I've gotten out of the Midweek Magic events. I'm really used to just always getting Parallax card styles, and I don't find those super interesting because there's just so many of those. But these card styles are pretty cool, so I will take that. So here's a look at the deck again for those who are interested, but that was a look at this week's Midweek Magic event. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think this deck is very good, but it is fun to be able to play around Bill a lot. I think if you wanted to do this sort of archetype but play a stronger deck, you probably want to go for the full-on green-white food deck and just play all of the good food synergy cards that overlap with green and white, and you can play Bills in that deck for sure. You don't have to be 100% focused on food plus high toughness. You want to get more focused on the food half of things rather than the high toughness things. So again, don't think the deck's super good, but it was fun to play during the Midweek Magic event, and there's better decks out there, but I enjoyed this one. So there's one final look at it if you're interested, but that is going to end today's video. As always, I'd like to thank my patrons and YouTube members for their support, as well as you for watching the videos. If you'd like to catch some more videos like this, you can always like, comment, and subscribe to tell the YouTube algorithm to send you some more in your recommended feed. If you'd like to catch me live, you can check out the Twitch channel in the link in the description below, and if you'd like to support the channel directly, you can become a member below at the join button, or check out the Patreon link in the description below. Other than that, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Magic Arena.